Across the galaxy, a powerful empire controls many planets. All creatures obey its orders. The soldiers follow their commands without question, and the people are afraid. Fear controls everything. But today, something strange happens. Something the Empire did not expect. The Empire finds a small, weak, yet mysterious world. This world is planet Earth. The soldiers prepare their ships. They do not know what's waiting for them there. Fear and silence fill their hearts. The soldiers gather in their spaceships. The commander stands at the main window, looking down at the blue and green ball that is planet Earth. Some soldiers say the people there are weak. Some say the people do not even know what danger is soon to come. The commander is worried. He feels something is different this time. This small world might be more than just a weak planet. The Empire's ships slowly move toward Earth's atmosphere. Inside their ships, soldiers prepare their weapons and check their equipment. The soldiers talk quietly to each other. Some say that there might be something hidden on this world, something powerful that could destroy even their empire. The commander orders everyone to be careful. "We must be ready for anything," he says quietly. His soldiers follow his command, their hearts filled with nervousness. When the first team drops down toward the Earth's surface, something happens. The soldiers lose communication with their ship. The signals are gone. The soldiers do not know what happened. The commander cannot reach them. Fear starts to grow. Did something destroy them? Did something attack them? The soldiers on the ships above prepare for battle. The commander signals for more soldiers to follow. This time, a larger team drops toward the surface. The soldiers move forward with their weapons. The land is silent, much too silent. The soldiers walk carefully. They see something that looks like a massive structure buried deep in the ground. Some say it might be a ship. Some say it might be a weapon. Whatever it is, the soldiers know it is something powerful, something they do not control. Inside their ships, the soldiers watch their screens. All signals are gone. The soldiers on the ground do not respond. The commander starts to feel nervous. This is something new. This is something he cannot control. Fear starts to seep into his mind. What if something greater is hiding on this small world? Then the ground starts to break. The soldiers watch in disbelief as something slowly moves upward. Large metal structures rise from the earth. The soldiers realize it is not a simple ship. It is a massive warship, bigger than anything the Empire owns. The warship's surface glows faintly, its weapons slowly powering up. The soldiers raise their weapons, but it is already too late. Chitu. Warship climbs up toward the atmosphere, slowly breaking free from the Earth's grip. The soldiers realize there is a danger greater than their imagination. The commander signals all ships to prepare for battle, but deep down, he knows there may be no chance of survival. This warship is not something the Empire can destroy. It is something the Empire may come to fear. The soldiers watch in silence, wondering what will happen when it reaches space. Across the galaxy, messages are interrupted. Fear starts to grow. The Empire realizes there might be a new power, a power that cannot be defeated, and this power is not under their control. The soldiers wait, wondering what the future holds for them, for the Empire, and for the galaxy itself. The soldiers on the ships were worried. Fear was growing in their hearts. The massive warship that rose from planet Earth was a big danger. The Empire did not know what to do. All their weapons were weak against it. All their soldiers were afraid. Some wanted to attack, but their commander was not sure. What if their attack made things even worse? Across the galaxy, messages rushed from ship to ship. Everyone was asking, "What is this warship? Where did it come from? Is there something more we do not know?" The soldiers kept their weapons ready, but their hands trembled. The commander tried to stay calm. "We must be careful. We must wait and see what happens first," he said quietly. His soldiers nodded, but their fear was still there. Meanwhile, deep inside the warship, something was turning on. The ship's engines began to glow. The power grew. The soldiers were shocked by its growing energy. Some said the warship was alive. Some said it was a machine made by something greater than any creature in the galaxy. The soldiers could feel its power. They knew it could destroy entire worlds if it wanted. The commander called for a team to move forward. The team was made up of the bravest soldiers in the Empire. They were meant to board the warship and discover its secrets. The soldiers fell into silence as they prepared their weapons and their space suits. Each one knew there was a chance that they might not come back. But there was no turning back. They had to try. The future of the Empire was at risk. The team slowly flew toward the warship in a small ship. The warship's surface was made of strange metal. It glowed faintly, and there were symbols that the soldiers did not know. The soldiers pressed forward, wondering what kind of power was waiting for them. Some felt their hearts beating faster. Some whispered prayers. All of them hoped they would survive whatever was inside. When their small ship connected to the warship's side, a heavy gate opened. The soldiers turned on their lights and entered. Inside, everything was dark, pure black, except for small lines of blue light that glowed quietly. The soldiers walked forward with their weapons raised, afraid of what might come out of the shadows. The soldiers soon discovered something that made their blood run cold. Inside the warship, there were creatures that were not alive or dead, creatures made of metal and energy, creatures that seemed to be a blend of machine and life. The soldiers did not know what they were. The creatures turned toward them, their eyes glowing faintly in the dark. The soldiers prepared for battle, not sure if their weapons would be enough. The creatures began to move. The soldiers tightened their grip on their weapons. Fear filled their hearts. All they knew was that the fate of the galaxy might hang on their actions in the minutes to come. The soldiers raised their weapons, but their hands trembled. The creatures slowly came toward them. Each creature glowed faintly in the dark. Some had blue eyes, some had red. The soldiers turned on their lights to see what was there. The creatures were not human. They were not machines. They were something in the middle. Something alive, but made of metal. The soldiers felt a chill move down their spines. Fear filled their hearts. The team's leader whispered quietly, "We must be careful. We must not attack first. We do not know their power." The soldiers nodded, but their grip on their weapons tightened. The creatures kept advancing. Without making a sound, they surrounded the soldiers. The soldiers slowly fell back, wondering if there was a way to escape. Across the galaxy, the Empire was worried. The soldiers on their ships received messages that something was alive inside the warship, something not made by them, something much greater. The commander called for reinforcements, more soldiers, more ships, more weapons. The Empire hoped this would be enough, but deep down, the commander knew there might be a danger nobody could destroy. Inside the warship, the soldiers turned a corner and saw something more. At the center of the ship, there was a large chamber. Inside it, a massive object glowed with purple and gold light. The soldiers felt its power. Some fell to their knees, unable to move. Some tried to aim their weapons, but their hands were weak. The creatures kept advancing toward them, slowly, quietly. Fear filled their minds. All their training, all their weapons, none of them seemed enough. The soldiers tried to send a message back to their ships. "We have found something we do not understand. We do not know if we can destroy it. We do not know if we can survive." The team fell silent as the creatures came close. The soldiers pressed their backs together. All around them, there was a growing feeling. A feeling that something much bigger was about to happen. Something that could change the fate of the galaxy forever. The soldiers pressed their backs together. Fear filled their hearts, but there was a small spark of courage that kept them alive. The creatures slowly came forward, their metal bodies glowering faintly in the purple and gold light. The soldiers raised their weapons, but their hands trembled. Some soldiers whispered prayers. Some tightened their grip, wondering if this was their last moment. Across the galaxy, the Empire's commander was worried. All messages from the soldiers had gone silent. The team that entered the warship was not answering their calls. The commander tried many signals, many messages, but there was no response. Fear began to grow in the Empire's soldiers. Some said the team was already gone. Some said something was alive down there, something that could destroy them all. Inside the warship, the soldiers fell back, slowly. The creatures kept advancing, step by step, their metal limbs clicking quietly on the floor. The soldiers turned a corner and found a large chamber with a massive sphere in its center. The sphere glowed purple, gold, and blue. Inside it, something was turning, something alive. The soldiers felt its power. The very air seemed thick. The soldiers' hearts began to beat faster. One soldier fell to his knees. His body grew weak. The creature nearest him paused and turned its face toward him. The soldier screamed quietly. His friends tried to reach him, but it was already too late. The creature's metal arm glowed, sending a pulse of energy forward. The soldier fell down, his body lifeless. The rest of the team fell back. Fear forced them toward the rear of the chamber. The team's leader tried to keep everyone together. "Don't panic. We must stay calm. We must find a way out." But there was no way back. The creatures were closing in. The soldiers turned their weapons toward the creatures and opened fire. The blasts struck their metal bodies, but it made no difference. The creatures kept advancing, unhindered by the soldiers' attacks. Some soldiers fell, one by one, their signals disappearing from the Empire's ships. The creatures captured the rest. The team's leader was forced to drop his weapon. His knees fell to the metal floor, his heart filled with a feeling of pure fear. All he could think was, "What is this thing we have found? What is this power that we do not control?" The creatures slowly surrounded him. The purple sphere glowed even more. Inside it, something was growing, something much greater than anything the Empire had ever faced. The soldiers could feel its immense power. They knew it was something that could destroy not just their team, but entire worlds. Across the galaxy, the Empire fell into silence. All messages from their soldiers had gone dark. Fear gnawed at their hearts. The commander turned away from his controls and whispered quietly, "May we be spared from whatever has come." The soldiers braced for what was soon to follow, the moment when the warship's power would be fully awakened, and there would be no turning back. Inside the warship, silence fell after the soldiers' last attack. The creatures slowly closed in on the team's leader, their metal limbs clicking against the floor. The purple sphere glowed even more, its light growing stronger with each moment. The team's leader fell to his knees, weak and afraid. His soldiers were gone. All messages had gone silent. There was no way back, no way forward. There was only the growing power within the warship, a power that nobody could control. Across the galaxy, the Empire fell into chaos. Commanders tried to reach their soldiers. Spaceships rushed toward the warship, eager to destroy whatever was growing there. Some tried to prepare powerful weapons. Some called for reinforcements from nearby planets. Fear filled their hearts as the glow grew greater and greater. Inside the warship, something began to move within the sphere of purple light. The creatures fell back, forming a circle. The team's leader forced himself to raise his head and look into the sphere. Inside, a form was slowly growing. At first, it was a small shadow. Then it grew taller and taller, until it filled the sphere with its immense size. The soldiers, or what remained of them, felt its power rush through their bodies. Some fell forward, unable to move. Some turned to ashes under its glow. The team's leader tried to speak. Who are you?" he whispered quietly. The creature within the sphere did not answer with words. Instead, its mind pressed directly into his own. His thoughts filled with a rush of knowledge of ancient wars, powerful creatures, forgotten planets, and a fate that could destroy everything. His mind began to break under the pressure. His body grew weak, his pulse fading. His last thought was a desperate prayer. A prayer that someone might be able to destroy this monster before it was too late. Outside, the Empire's ships opened fire. Beams of energy struck the warship, but the warship's surface glowed and absorbed their attacks. The creatures remained unharmed, unhindered by the assault. The purple sphere glowed even more, growing in power with each blast. The soldiers within the ships grew afraid. Some tried to break formation and escape, but it was already too late. The warship was not finished yet, and whatever was growing within it was not a creature the Empire could destroy. Across the galaxy, a feeling of pure chaos and danger began to grow. All creatures felt something was changing. All creatures knew that whatever was growing within the warship was a threat greater than anything they'd faced before. The fate of the galaxy was about to be decided, not by soldiers or by the Empire's power, but by something much greater, something nobody could control. Inside the warship, the team's leader was barely alive. His body was weak, his mind fading, but he could still feel the growing power within the purple sphere. The creatures stood quietly, unhindered by the soldiers' attacks. All their metal limbs glowed faintly, reflecting the purple light. The soldiers who fell remained lifeless, their hearts stilled, their breaths gone. Across the galaxy, panic was spreading. The Empire's soldiers rushed from their stations, trying to prepare for whatever might come. Spaceships fell back, turning their weapons toward the warship, but none of their attacks made a difference. The purple sphere absorbed their blasts, growing even more powerful. The creatures remained unharmed, unhindered by the chaos outside. Inside, the team's leader forced himself to move forward. His knees scraped against the metal floor, but he kept going. His mind was filled with strange messages, a chorus of voices that seemed to come from a place outside space and time. The messages said, "We are eternal. We are the future. We will consume everything." The team's leader tried to resist, but his resistance was weak. He fell forward, resting on his hands. His pulse grew faint. His grip grew weak. His soldiers were gone. His ship was gone. All hope was gone. The creatures slowly closed in, forming a circle. The purple sphere glowed even more. Inside it, something began to take form, something much bigger, much more powerful, something the galaxy had never faced before. Across the galaxy, soldiers tried to prepare for battle, but deep down, everyone knew there was no way to destroy it. All the messages from the team fell silent. All the signals from their ship disappeared. The creature's power grew without limit. The warship began to pulse, sending waves of energy into space. These waves rushed toward nearby planets, causing chaos and destruction. Some planets fell immediately. Cities turned to ashes. Mountains crumbled. The Empire's defenses fell, one by one. Fear filled the galaxy. All creatures, soldiers, civilians, creatures of all kinds, began to realize the awful fate that was upon them. The purple sphere was not just a monster. It was the manifestation of something much greater, something eternal, something that could destroy everything. The team's leader, with his last moment of life, whispered quietly, "May someone, somewhere, find a way to destroy it before it's too late." His voice fell silent. His pulse stopped. His body grew still. The creatures turned toward the growing form within the purple sphere, a form that was growing into a new era of chaos, a new era of eternal darkness. Across the galaxy, chaos and fear grew. The purple sphere continued to grow, and its power kept spreading. Planets fell silent, one by one, as the creature's influence reached them. Cities turned to ashes. Mountains fell. Spaceships fell from the skies, powerless against whatever was growing within the warship. The soldiers who tried to destroy it were destroyed instead. Inside the warship, the creatures slowly began their transformation. The purple sphere glowed more and more, until a colossal form started to appear from within it. The form was taller than mountains and bigger than entire ships. It was a creature made of pure energy, a creature forged by chaos, death, and eternal power. Across the galaxy, the people fell into panic. Some tried to flee, boarding ships in a desperate bid for safety. Some stayed and fought. Some fell to their knees and begged for mercy. All messages fell silent as the creature's power grew. The purple sphere opened up, sending shockwaves through space. All nearby planets began to break, piece by piece, turning into clouds of debris. The creature rose up, spreading its immense wings made of purple and gold energy. Each movement of its wings sent shockwaves across the galaxy. The creatures that had opened the warship's path fell to their knees, honoring their new master, the creature that would bring eternal chaos. The soldiers who remained tried their best to destroy it, but their attacks passed through its form as if it were a ghost. The creature was not made of ordinary matter. It was made of pure chaos itself. Some brave soldiers tried to ram their ships into it, causing explosions, but their attacks fell short. The creature kept growing, growing without limit. The galaxy fell into eternal silence, a silence filled with the growing power of chaos. All that remained were the ashes of planets, the wreckage of spaceships, and the fading memories of a time when the galaxy was a place of peace. Across space, a few survivors whispered a desperate prayer, a prayer that somewhere, someone might find a way to destroy the creature and bring back peace. But for now, there was only chaos. The creature was supreme, and the galaxy was its domain. The team's leader was gone. The soldiers were gone. The empire was gone. All that remained was the growing creature, the manifestation of eternal chaos, a creature that could destroy everything in its path. The fate of the galaxy was now in its hands. The era of chaos had truly come.